People are wondering why you didn't do much with capital gains taxes. I mean, I understand capital gains as well as, by the way, the carried interest deduction. You know, even during the campaign, President Trump, then candidate Trump, kept saying how unfair the carried interest deduction is, where you have some hedge fund managers and private equity guys able to look at certain revenue and call it capital gains when, in fact, it's ordinary income. And it should have been at the 39.6 rate rather than a 20% rate. So how come nothing on carried interest? And what's the plan for capital gains taxes?
Well, there is the 3-year holding period on capital gains. You have to have capital at risk. You have to work to improve that gain. You have to hold it for 3 times the period you have to today. So giant hedge funds are out of that business. But it is preserved for that traditional real estate partnership that's building the strip center or the industrial park in your local community. And as for capital gains, look, I would have liked to do better there myself. Our biggest hurdle was the Senate did not repeal the ObamaCare taxes. In that was a 3.8% net investment tax that frankly needs to go out of this economy. I'm still hopeful at some point the Senate can get that done because I think that helps us in the capital gains area in a big way.
It also shows a little more fairness, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Look, these Obamacare taxes need to get out of it. They just need to get out of the economy. And again, the Senate is trying to do what it can in that regard, and I'm hopeful at the end of the day, at some point, they succeed.
Yeah, which brings me to the individual mandate. Why was it important for you to want to repeal the individual mandate? And what do you say to people who are saying, I'm going to lose my health insurance? You know, I mean, there's a new poll out this morning that suggests that the Republican tax plan is losing favor with Americans. Got this Quinnipiac poll. 52% of voters are disapproving of the proposal, while only 25% support the plan. The majority of those polled also believe that the wealthy will benefit the most from the tax code overhaul. Now, this is just possibly because people don't understand the nuts and bolts of it. Perhaps that's it. But it's also right there in your face about the individual mandate. I get it. Get those Obamacare taxes out of here. But what do you say to those people who say, I'm going to be at a disadvantage because I lose the insurance?
Yeah, so first, all I know is in our town hall meetings and our discussions back home and around the country, when people really learn the details of this, they are so supportive. We know 8 out of 10 Americans want Congress to deliver tax reform. In fact, they want their lawmakers to work with President Trump to get this done. And so, look, I feel there's strong support there. On the individual mandate that the Senate is considering at this point, in some ways it does tie together because those who don't want that Obamacare, they can't afford it, they're paying a tax. Those are often modest and middle income families. So there is tax relief for them. Of course, anyone who wants the Affordable Care Act plans can do so. So that freedom to choose to have it remains. The freedom to choose not to have it will be given to them. So look, we'll watch in the Senate as they work through that issue. We don't have it in the House version of the bill that we're approving today.
What do you think the plan will look like? How different will it look once you get to conference, when you actually put the House plan together with the Senate plan and start really debating this in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, so there is a surprising amount of common ground here, and I think it's because we worked with President Trump for several months to get toward one framework. We drew one target on the wall. The House and Senate, to their credit, are targeting toward that target in a good way. And so we're going to blend the best of both, or if there's a third design that's better, we'll choose that. So there's a lot of work to do, Maria, on here, but think about this, after 3 decades, you know, the House taking action, the Senate soon to, we've finally got a chance to fix this broken tax code, and that's something to be excited about.
What are you expecting from the president today? You're meeting with him today, right?
Yeah, so he's coming in. We're going to get a good chance with the House Republicans to rally with him, and then we'll walk out from that meeting and finalize tax reform for the first time in 30 years.
Wow, a historic day and certainly year. Mr. Chairman, good to see you, sir. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Maria.
We'll be watching. Chairman Kevin Brady there.